Portable fuel dispensers are typically considered temporary electrical equipment. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for wiring temporary electrical equipment. Section 590.4 of the NEC states that portable electrical equipment shall be grounded. A grounding conductor shall be provided in the cord or cable connecting the equipment to the power source. The grounding conductor shall be connected to the equipment grounding terminal and the equipment grounding conductor of the power source. Section 590.5 of the NEC addresses extension cords. Extension cords shall not be used to supply temporary or permanent wiring. However, an exception exists. If the length of the cord and plug is not sufficient, a single extension cord of the proper length may be used. The extension cord must be properly rated for the load and supplemented with additional grounding conductors if necessary. When using extension cords, it is recommended to use a short extension cord, as longer cords can increase voltage drop and potential hazards. The extension cord should be rated for outdoor use, type SO, and have a 3-prong plug. The outlet that the dispenser is plugged into should be a grounded outlet, a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, or an arc fault circuit interrupter, or RFCI, protected outlet. The dispenser should be placed on a stable surface away from any combustible materials. The cord should be routed safely to avoid tripping hazards. Based on the NEC guidelines, it is permissible to plug both the tank and the pump into existing outlets using extension cords. However, it is important to ensure that the following safety precautions are followed. Firstly, proper grounding is maintained. Secondly, the extension cords are properly rated and in good condition. And thirdly, the equipment is placed and used safely. Grounding is critical for electrical safety. The purpose of grounding is to provide a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, allowing the overcurrent protective device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, to quickly interrupt the circuit and prevent electrical shock or fire hazards. In a portable fuel dispenser setup, the grounding conductor in the power cord connects the metal parts of the dispenser, including the pump housing and any other exposed conductive surfaces, to the grounding system of the electrical supply. This ensures that if a fault occurs, such as a live wire coming into contact with the metal casing, the fault current will flow through the grounding conductor back to the source, tripping the breaker or blowing the fuse. The NEC mandates that all portable electrical equipment be grounded. This means that the equipment must have a 3-prong plug with a grounding pin. The grounding pin must be connected to a suitable grounding electrode, such as a grounding rod or the metal water pipe of the building. When using extension cords, it is essential to ensure that the extension cord also has a grounding conductor and that it is properly connected to the grounding pin of both the equipment and the power source. If an extension cord does not have a grounding conductor, it should not be used with portable fuel dispensers or any other equipment that requires grounding. The use of a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, is highly recommended for portable fuel dispensers, especially in wet or damp locations. A GFCI is a device that monitors the current flowing in hot and neutral conductors of a circuit. If it detects an imbalance, which could indicate that current is leaking to ground, it will quickly trip the circuit and shut off the power. GFCI protection can significantly reduce the risk of electrical shock in the event of a ground fault. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs, are designed to protect against electrical fires caused by arcing faults. Arcing faults can occur when damaged or deteriorated wiring creates a spark that can ignite nearby combustible materials. RFCIs detect these arcing faults and quickly interrupt the circuit, preventing a fire from starting. While not specifically required for portable fuel dispensers, RFCI protection can provide an additional layer of safety. The proper selection and use of extension cords are crucial for the safe operation of portable fuel dispensers. Extension cords should be selected based on the load they will be carrying and the environment in which they will be used. The cord should be rated for the amperage and voltage of the equipment it will be powering. The cord should also be rated for outdoor use if it will be exposed to the elements. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for the ampacity of extension cords. Ampacity is the maximum amount of current that a conductor can carry continuously without exceeding its temperature rating. The ampacity of an extension cord is determined by the size of the conductors in the cord. The smaller the conductors, the lower the ampacity. It is important to select an extension cord with an ampacity that is sufficient to handle the load of the equipment it will be powering. Using an extension cord with an ampacity that is too low can cause the cord to overheat and potentially start a fire. Extension cords should be inspected regularly for damage. If an extension cord is damaged, it should be replaced immediately. Damaged extension cords can pose a serious electrical hazard. Extension cords should be used in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Extension cords should not be overloaded. Overloading an extension cord can cause it to overheat and potentially start a fire. Extension cords should not be run through doorways or windows where they can be pinched or damaged. Extension cords should not be covered with rugs or furniture. Covering an extension cord can trap heat and cause it to overheat. The location of the portable fuel dispenser is also an important safety consideration. The dispenser should be placed on a stable surface to prevent it from tipping over. The dispenser should be located away from any combustible materials such as gasoline, propane, or paper. The area around the dispenser should be kept clear of any obstruction. The cord should be routed safely to avoid tripping hazards. The cord should be kept out of walkways and other areas where people may trip over it. The cord should be secured to prevent it from being pulled or damaged. Proper maintenance is essential for the safe operation of portable fuel dispensers. The dispenser should be inspected regularly for leaks, damage, and wear. Any damaged or worn parts should be replaced immediately. The dispenser should be cleaned regularly to remove any dirt, debris, or spills. The dispenser should be stored in a safe and secure location when not in use. Portable fuel dispensers are subject to various regulations and standards. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for the electrical installation of portable fuel dispensers. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, has regulations regarding the safe operation of portable fuel dispensers. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, has regulations regarding the storage and handling of fuel. It is important to be aware of and comply with all applicable regulations and standards. In summary, the safe electrical connection of portable fuel dispensers requires attention to grounding, extension cord selection and usage, location considerations, and regular maintenance. Adhering to the NEC guidelines and other relevant safety standards is crucial for preventing electrical hazards and ensuring a safe working environment. Using extension cords safely involves firstly, choosing the right cord. Select an extension cord that is rated for the amperage and voltage of the equipment you'll be powering. Ensure it's also suitable for outdoor use if needed. Secondly, inspecting the cord. Before each use, check the cord for any signs of damage like cuts, cracks, or frayed wires. Don't use a damaged cord. Thirdly, avoiding overloading. Never exceed the maximum wattage or amperage rating of the extension cord. Overloading can cause overheating and pose a fire risk. Fourthly, using GFCI protection. When using extension cords in damp or wet locations, use a ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI outlet or extension cord to protect against electric shock. Fifthly, keeping connections dry. Protect connections from moisture and water. Use weatherproof connectors or covers if needed. Sixthly, avoiding tripping hazards. Run the extension cord in a way that it won't create a tripping hazard. Secure it along walls or under rugs if necessary. Seventhly, storing properly when not in use. Store extension cords properly coiled and in a dry place. And eighthly, not using as permanent wiring. Extension cords are meant for temporary use. Don't use them as a substitute for permanent wiring. Regarding grounding, portable generators typically have a grounding system that connects the generator frame to the earth. This grounding system helps to protect against electrical shock in the event of a fault. The NEC provides guidelines for grounding portable generators in section 250.34. This section specifies that portable generators must be grounded if they supply equipment that requires grounding. The NEC also provides guidelines for the type of grounding electrode that must be used. A grounding electrode is a conductor that is used to connect the generator frame to the earth. The NEC allows for the use of various types of grounding electrodes, including ground rods, metal water pipes, and building steel. When grounding a portable generator, it is important to follow the NEC guidelines carefully. Failure to properly ground a portable generator can result in electrical shock or fire hazards. Double insulated tools and equipment are designed to protect against electrical shock without the need for grounding. These tools have 2 layers of insulation that isolate the electrical components from the user. Double insulated tools are typically marked with a symbol that consists of a square inside another square. The NEC allows for the use of double insulated tools without grounding in certain situations. However, it is important to note that double insulated tools are not a substitute for proper grounding. Grounding is still required for other electrical equipment and systems. Furthermore, a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, is a safety device that protects against electrical shock by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit. If the GFCI detects a difference in current between the hot and neutral wires, it will quickly trip the circuit, then cut off the power. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are required in many locations, including bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are also recommended for use with portable generators. When using a portable generator, it is important to plug it into a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, outlet, or use a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, extension cord. This will help to protect against electrical shock in the event of a ground fault. Electrical safety is paramount when dealing with portable fuel dispensers and any electrical equipment. Understanding and adhering to the NEC guidelines, using appropriate safety devices like ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, and following safe practices can significantly reduce the risk of electrical hazards and ensure a safe working environment. The information provided here is for general guidance only. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector for specific advice on your particular situation. They can assess your specific needs and provide tailored recommendations to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Furthermore, when using a portable fuel dispenser, it is crucial to follow all safety precautions and guidelines provided by the manufacturer. This includes properly grounding the dispenser, using appropriate extension cords, and locating the dispenser in a safe and well-ventilated area. Never operate a portable fuel dispenser in an enclosed space or near any source of ignition. By taking these precautions, you can help to prevent accidents and injuries. The proper placement and environmental considerations for portable fuel dispensers involve several key aspects to ensure safety and compliance. Firstly, consider the location. The dispenser should be placed on a level and stable surface to prevent tipping. Avoid placing it on uneven or sloped ground. Secondly, ensure adequate ventilation. The area around the dispenser should be well ventilated to prevent the accumulation of flammable vapors. Do not operate the dispenser in enclosed or confined spaces. Thirdly, maintain clearance from combustible materials. Keep the dispenser and any fuel storage containers away from sources of ignition such as open flames, sparks, or heat. A minimum clearance distance is typically required by fire codes. Fourthly, implement spill containment measures. Use strip pans or absorbent materials to contain any spills that may occur during dispensing. Have spill cleanup materials readily available. Fifthly, consider the proximity to buildings and property lines. Check local regulations for setback requirements from buildings, property lines, and other structures. Sixthly, ensure proper signage. Clearly mark the dispenser and surrounding area with appropriate warning signs such as flammable, no smoking, and shut off engine while refueling. Seventhly, adhere to environmental regulations. Comply with all applicable environmental regulations regarding fuel storage, handling, and spill prevention. Eighthly, consider weather conditions. Protect the dispenser from extreme weather conditions such as heavy rain, snow, or direct sunlight. Ninthly, ensure accessibility for emergency response. Maintain clear access to the dispenser for emergency personnel and equipment. Tenthly, consider security measures. Implement security measures to prevent unauthorized access or tampering with the dispenser. By addressing these placement and environmental considerations, you can minimize the risk of accidents, spills, and environmental damage associated with portable fuel dispensers. Regularly inspect the dispenser and surrounding area to ensure that all safety measures are in place and functioning properly.